Not too long ago, I did a video on 10 cheap designer fragrances that can easily hold up to Chanel, Dior, and other premium, high-end, expensive designer scents. Basically, that's just a way for me to shine a light on the fact that you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to get a high-quality, great-smelling product. That video seemed to go over pretty well. You guys seemed to get some use out of it. So today we're back with round 2. 10 more fragrances that can hold up against those big, heavy hitters. These are affordable. We're talking $40 and below. They're easy to get across the board on pretty much all of your favorite discounters. Maybe even rack stores will have some of these. Not 100% sure on that. The prices may be different there, but you know, these are pretty easy to grab, pretty easy to pull off, all versatile scents, pretty much good compliment pullers across the board. And again, it's all about saving money and getting a great product. And of course, everything here in this video is going to be completely different than what we covered in the last video. So there's no overlap between the two. If you want to go check out part 1, you can go do so. And so now you're essentially going to have 20 options to choose from. I'll provide links to these down below to discounters for you so you can get them at the prices that I'm referencing in this video, that $40 mark and below. Also, in general, if you're looking for any rare, discontinued, or hard to find fragrances on the market, if you sign up to my mailing list at the first link down below, anytime something like that does come available, I do send out an email notification allowing you the opportunity to get one for yourself before it does sell out. Dior Homme Parfum, the One Luminous Night, you know, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Extreme, anything along those lines, I cover them and get them out there to you. All right, let's get things kicked off with CERRUTI 1881 Signature, right around $35 for 100 ml. It's all about the leather, some warm spices in here, some pepper going on as well, a little bit of tonka. I've kind of described this one as a leathery smelling La Nuit de l'Homme. A little bit of that cardamom warm spice feel, but with a really high quality, heavy dose of leather. It's fantastic. This stuff smells well above what you pay for at discounters. I've gone on about this one quite a bit because it really has impressed me. This was a complete shot in the dark. Hadn't heard about this at all. The way I discovered this was just by browsing discounters. I was looking through FragranceNet one day, going back pretty far on the pages, looking for deals, and I stumbled across this, saw it was a good price. Looked it up, saw the note breakdown, looked decent, and then I just went from there. Picked up a bottle blindly, and it paid off big time. If you're looking for something unique, something to set yourself apart from the crowd, and you just want something that is kind of the package deal, great quality, great performance, good mass appeal, all those things, this is a great one to go for. This next one you've heard of a million times, Bentley for Men Intense. A video like this would be incomplete without a Bentley for Men. The last video I featured Absolute, and so this one I'm going over to good old trusty Intense. And to be fair, you could go with the original Bentley for Men, you could go with Bentley for Men Black Edition, Bentley for Men Silver Lake. They're all really good. They all have premium quality for a low cost. And pretty much across the board, performance on them are all above average as well, especially for that price point. But Bentley for Men Intense is probably the most well-known. It's gotten the most amount of hype across all of them, and it's a polarizing one. You know, I'm not going to say that everyone should go out and blind buy this. I don't think that's a good idea. This is a mature scent. It's all about the rum, the leather, a good heavy dose of incense in here, so it's very smoky. Kind of has an older school smell to it, very mature. That's an understatement. You really might not know what you're getting yourself into on paper. You know, you might go for the hype immediately, but this is me telling you to maybe hit the brakes. Do your research, think about it a little bit. Good news is you're not in a ton of money to grab a bottle, but you know, it's still a little bit more polarizing. That being said, it does offer so much value for someone who is looking for something like this. Next up, we have John Varvatos, Artisan Pure. So again, similar deal. I feel like I can't do a video like this without at least featuring something from John Varvatos. Last one we did XX Artisan. I'm just spoiling that whole video. You might not even have to watch it. But this time I'm doing Artisan Pure. Now this one's actually really come down a lot in price. There was a good while where it was consistently at like $60 on discounters, which, you know, for John Varvatos is definitely on the upper end. Now it's pretty much cut in half. You can get it for that $30 range, and that's the sweet spot. That's where most of these should be at. And I'm glad to see that because it makes this one significantly more obtainable to a wider variety of people. You really don't have to stretch your budget to work this one in. If you want it, you can get it now. This one's all about the petitgrain, the bitter orange. You got some other woody notes, some other citruses, some musk, a little bit of a neroli feel, if I didn't say that already. Petitgrain, neroli kind of go hand in hand. It's herbaceous. It smells like springtime. It smells like you're out in the garden, you're out in nature, just enjoying the warm weather and just kind of the revival of everything around you. I love this stuff. It has supreme quality, significantly better than a lot of other things in this price range. It just brings a lot to the table. You got to have this one. Let's keep it moving with Lacoste L'Homme Intense. It's all about the orange, the rhubarb, some wood, some musk in here. Really nice, creamy, kind of fresh, citrusy, fruity springtime scent. Spring, early summer is kind of the prime time for this. You can wear it late on in summer, but you start getting into July and August, getting very warm. This one has some sweetness to it, and it might be a little bit overbearing for some. But that creamy kind of orange sickle smell that this has is amazing, with a little bit of a lavender freshness, just a little touch of kind of an aromatic feel. I really like this a lot. Same goes for the original Lacoste L'Homme. I do think if you were to purchase one and you didn't want to buy both, you should always just spring for the Intense. That's the case with a lot of things, not all. Sometimes the Intense flanker is completely different, and that advice wouldn't apply to that situation, but this really just is a more intense, more strong, more rich version of the original. I like the original. I have my own uses for it as well, primarily when it is warmer out. This one being an Intense, again, I already said it, a little bit sweeter, but if you were just to buy one and you're on a budget, I would just go for this. It's another one that's unique, it'll set you apart from the crowd, and it provides great quality for the price. This next one is one of the cheapest you can get from this big designer brand. So yeah, this is a big designer brand here, but significantly more affordable than a lot of their other offerings. This is Versace, the Dreamer. White florals, a little bit of woods, musk, tobacco, leaf kind of a smell in here as well. Another one that's very aromatic and classy, refined, mature, a little bit traditional, old school. Another one that's not going to be for everybody. This is not going to be for the young guys and the teenagers out there, most likely. You're going to have other options here in this video. This is going to be for someone who wants something just a little bit more classy and sophisticated and maybe even elegant. But again, one of the main kind of attractions to this one is the price. Most Versace's on the low end, on average 40 to 45, you get up into 80, 90 for something like Eros Parfum. So there's a pretty big range, but generally more expensive than not. They don't really have any cheapies aside for this one, which I think is a really good buy on this. It's a premium product, great quality, just a great one to have around. Next up, we have Rochas Man, just the original here. This is all about the cappuccino and a very nice raspberry accord in here. So basically, it's a really nice, budget-friendly coffee scent. And I think this is sub $30 range. I think you can get it into the 20s. Testers do come with a cap. This is a tester, and so that's the way to go. They actually can't, I guess they could, but they really shouldn't provide testers without a cap, and again, they don't. And the reason why is because, well, this would just have to lay over on its side like this if it didn't have a cap, because obvious reasons, that's not going to work. So yeah, you can get a tester with a cap. I think that's one of the main, selling points of a tester is the fact that you don't have to worry about getting something capless here with this. And I guess what I was trying to say was that makes this odd-shaped bottle just a little bit more forgiving. Now, once Rochas Man Intense becomes available for a discount, that'll be another great affordable buy, but that's not to the low price of this one yet, so we're going with the original here. Amazing coffee scent for the price. Love this stuff in wintertime. Next up, we have Dirty English, another nice cheapie, and I think this is one you can get at rack stores. I don't know. I don't frequent them. We don't have very many around here, but I feel like I've seen where this has popped up before. Could be totally wrong, but even on discounters, very affordable. It's got oud, leather, and cedar wood. So generally, when you're talking about stuff in this price range, you're looking at freshies. Look at the vast, overwhelming majority of this list. A lot of them are on the fresher end of things. So whenever you see something that is this price, that has this type of note breakdown, it's interesting. It can go one of two ways, good or bad. And it actually goes in a really good direction with this one. I like it. It's not too oody to where it's going to be hard to pull off. It's not going to be too challenging, too daring. You can still wear this for most situations when it's cooler outside, which I really like. And that, again, was another one of the main criteria points that I had when forming this video. I want you guys to be able to wear these, and you can easily. Speaking of wearing something easily, this next one is the literal king of versatility. It's a hybrid clone, essentially, MISSONI Wave. So this is a clone of Versace Pour Homme, also known as Versace Signature, and Chanel Allure Homme Sport. So this DNA does not get any more mass-pleasing and versatile than this right here. I mean, this stuff can be worn for anything, and I don't think you will offend a single person while doing so. What's nice is this is more affordable. You know, it's right around the same price of the Versace, but it's significantly more affordable than the Chanel. And the best part is it combines the best attributes of each of those all into one. So instead of having to buy both of those and spending, you know, $150, you can buy this for around $40 and get a whole bunch in return. Let's keep it moving with Vince Camuto Terra Extreme. You know, I've talked about this one a few times. I really like the presentation. It's got this kind of fake leather with a little bit of a stitching effect on the back. Again, you know, this is nothing great. If this was $100, I would not be, you know, really too excited about this presentation. I would expect it to be better, probably. However, it does exceed a lot of other things in this price point. You know, it's the little details on these cheapies that really make it go a long way. This one's got rum, vanilla, and tonka bean here. Another one that is affordable and sweet, has an interesting note breakdown. Something that maybe you wouldn't expect from something in this price range. It smells great. Perfect for winter time. Has that kind of bubblegummy sweetness, so that mass appealing new style of sweetness. You know, it's not going to be something that is going to be super thrilling to most of you. You've probably smelled things similar to this. But again, when you're talking about sub $40 range, you really can't complain too much. It can be a beater style scent, something that you grab on the low and just spray on heavily when you don't want to use something that's more expensive. A lot of uses for something like this. And last up, we have Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Now this one is all over the place sometimes. You might have to stretch your budget just a little bit, but it was so close to the edge that I wanted to feature it anyway. If you have a couple extra bucks spending around, or laying around rather, you can just go ahead and chime in and get this. It's got vanilla, benzoin, a little bit of ambroxan sparkle in here. One of the best designer affordable vanilla scents on the market, hands down, period. At least when you're talking this price point. You know, when you start getting into niche and really, really high-end designer, there are some other killer options out there that will completely take your breath away. But this one also does at a fraction of the price. You have to like vanilla, no surprise. You have to really like it. Like, you have to be okay with it being the front and center of attention. This also isn't the most masculine thing ever. It's a very creamy, syrupy vanilla, a little bit of a powdery dustiness from the benzoin. So not your typical traditional masculine scent. But if you're okay with that and you want a vanilla heavy thing that you can wear for wintertime and fall and, you know, early spring, this is the one to get right here. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me. 10 more affordable designer scents that crush those more expensive premium Chanels and Diors and YSLs and so on. These really hold up, they really bring a lot to the table, and if you're on a budget, these are amazing to dive into. Links will be down below. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.